Umoino directs inclusion of widows of fallen heroes into government empowerment programs. Nigerian Navy raids sea pirate camp, recover weapons. Plus, Akwa Ibom Police Command recovers 4 stolen firefighter trucks belonging to State Fire Service. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 10. My name is Dianime Uko. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. The news in detail. Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umoino, has directed the Ministry of Women Affairs to collaborate with the Human Affairs Ministry to include widows of fallen heroes into all government empowerment programs. This was at the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, where 150 million naira was donated to the widows. Kelvin Samuel reports.
The annual event celebrates the sacrifices and gallantry of the nation's armed forces and to honor the memory of those who died in line of duty.
Appreciate the governor of Akwa Ibom State who made us happy because we feel at home. See the widows, we know how we suffered after the death of our husbands. How to maintain the children for.
Governor, in his speech, appreciated the effort of the armed forces in protecting the territorial integrity of the country to ensure unity and peace for all. He calls on leaders across board to do all they can to ensure that those left behind by the fallen heroes have no regrets.
Have we done enough to correspondingly show our appreciation for their heroism and sacrifices? Are the issues that led to the conflicts that claimed their lives resolved? Are we living in a truly united, fair and equitable nation where opportunities abound for everyone? Are we the leaders doing all we can to run an inclusive, forward-looking government where the issues and concerns of the people form the motivating impulses of our engagement? These are questions we should ponder on as we honor the services of our patriotic and brave men and officers of the Nigerian Armed Forces.
High point of the event were the laying of the wreath, the symbolic release of pigeons and signing of the condolence register. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
For more than 2 hours, Nigerians again turned their energies to various cenotaphs across the 36 states and 774 local government headquarters in an effort to honor the supreme sacrifice of Nigerian military men and women. In this special report, Clement Barikui digs deep to unravel why Nigerians celebrate the military beyond January 15, the armed.
Since the colonial period, Nigerian soldiers, sailors and airmen have found themselves in the line of duty to defend their nation and other countries, with many never to return home. Recall that some military officers and men paid the ultimate price for Sierra Leone and Liberia to have peace. Also, from world wars to this day of insurgency, banditry.
Continue to reign in Nigeria. As we fight for one Nigeria will continue.
Our enemy too much. Then they teach us. We don't give money to Israel and go carry money chop. Make them move us for enemy tanker.
Come and see the thatch house where I built. Now it don't fall down. My children, some of them passing or they graduate from the university. Now they can't see any work to do. They are living and I still they feed them. With the money they give to me is not sufficient.
Some are of the opinion that 15th January can only have the desired impact and its essence achieved when leaders at all levels and citizens tune their minds and reflect on the very fabric that binds the country together as a nation in their daily dealings. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
It's the news on NTA Channel 12. We will take our first commercial break. When we return, more stories will come. Please stay.
Television Authority, Channel 12 Uyo, your dependable station, is grateful to our esteemed clients who partnered with us in 2024. We appreciate the following partners in no particular order. Akwa Ibom State Government, Head of Service Akwa Ibom State Civil Service, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Akwa Ibom State Judiciary, Ministry of Information and Strategy, Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Ministry of Culture and Tourism, Uyo Capital City Development Authority, Itu Local Government Council, Federal Ministry of Water Resources, 2 Brigade Nigerian Army Mbiokporo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria Police Force, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Federal Road Safety Corps, National Youth Service Corps, Akwa Ibom Reconciles, Yarima Idemien, Directorate of Reorientation of Mosien and Office of Defense Staff, Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria, Uyo Council, Association of Public Administration of Nigeria, Institute of Corporate Leadership of Mentorship, Uyo, University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, Free Medical Outreach by V for That Medical Services, Rotary Clubs in Akwa Ibom State, Mary Slezo Akanglo Foundation, Nigerian Christian Bible College, First Mark Bible Institute, Uyo, University of Uyo, Fortune Schools, Uyo, King's Kid Schools, Uyo, Top Fed Schools, Mpatak, Beulah Schools, Uyo, Wells International Schools, Nsurubium, Cradle TV, Grace Family Season of Grace, Grace for Change, Vision Spire Ministry, True Vine Church, Redeemed Christian Church of God, Redemption Way, Four Square Gospel, Religion and Life, Full Life Christian Center, Power City International, Christ Embassy, Roseville Hotel, Prisma Hotel, J. Claire Hotel, Globacom, Star Times, Memory Sprint, Champion Breweries PLC, Aqua Cardinali Water, Mela Table Water, Georgian Water, Westline Water, Kima Cakes, Honorable Seme Yibio, Senator Anyekan Basi, Right Honorable Unyimidem, Apostle Dr. Udemu Udofia, Dr. Engineer Ekerabong Udofia, Archbishop Emaison. We wish you a prosperous 2025. NTA Channel 12 Uyo, your dependable station.
You're welcome back from that break. Let's talk some security. The objectives of the Nigerian Navy Operation Delta Sanity 2 to checkmate crude oil thefts, sea robbery, piracy and other crimes within the maritime environment of the country is yielding positive results. This is as the Navy Forward Operating Base Formoso in Brass Council area of Bayelsa State buried 2 suspected sea pirates with over 10 assorted ammunition. Baritwa Pere Awe has details.
President Bola Tinubu's drive to reduce insecurity in the Niger Delta region received a boost with the continuation of the Operation Delta Sanity 2 by the Chief of Naval Staff. Barely a month after the flag-off, the Navy Forward Operating Base, Formoso in Brass Council area of Bayelsa State, launched a dawn raid at a sea pirates camp in Fununu area of Brass, where they were held in a gun duel for over 30 minutes before overpowering the sea robbers, leading to the arrest of 2 suspects and over 10 assorted ammunitions, including 1 AK-56 assault rifle, 3 locally fabricated guns, 5 pump-action guns, 1 foreign double-barrel gun, 68 rounds of NATO version ammunitions, amongst others.
The objective of the operation is to checkmate crude oil theft, pipeline vandalism, smuggling, sea robbery, and piracy, other crimes within the maritime environment of the country. This is fundamentally with a view to increasing the crude oil production of the country.
Commanding Officer Forward Operating Base Formoso, Captain Ifeanyi Chukwu Mabioku, says while many criminals fled with gunshot injuries, the Nigerian Navy will continue to conduct such sting operations to resist and arrest criminals desperate to undermine the peace of the country.
These pirates, sea robbers, as well as kidnappers, use the assorted camp as an encampment from where they launched their attack on the innocent seafarers. I make bold to state that the deactivation of the pirates sea robbers camp, as well as the arrest made and the recovery of the enumerated weapons, is a testament to the Nigerian Navy's resolve and commitment to drastically reduce maritime-related crimes within the country's maritime domain to the barest minimum.
The Nigerian Navy Operation Sanity 2 has brought relative peace and security in the area, as well as brought illegal bunkering and trade on the waterways to the barest minimum. From Formoso in Brass Council area of Bayelsa State, Baratwaipre Awe, NTA News.
In a related development, Akwa Ibom State Police Command has recovered 4 stolen firefighter trucks belonging to the State Fire Service. The trucks were allegedly diverted and leased to multinational companies in Port Harcourt by suspected staff of the service. Clement Barikui has details.
Investigations, according to the Commissioner of Police, Baba Azari, revealed that each of the fire equipment was leased to multinational companies in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, at 140,000 naira per day in a deal struck since 2021. Following credible information, 4 of the suspects who are alleged staff of the service were arrested and the trucks recovered.
The 4 suspects arrested in the case will be charged to court soon, while the trucks will be released to the government to continue to serve the good people of the state, while we continue to look for others at large.
Also paraded at the maiden media briefing by the Commissioner of Police were 2 suspects allegedly responsible for the kidnap of a director in the State Ministry of Justice and his niece.
We are police, come out.
In the rescue operation, which video went viral recently, the police claimed 2 of the kidnappers were neutralized.
When they reached road, they dropped me at Afarabong Junction. Say I should go, as when I start to they drag them. Say why una they do una uncle like this? Them fakes drop me, I go my road.
They kept me in Sokaway pit. I think that has been the fastest rescue operation by the police.
A case of sodomy involving a 13-year-old child who was reportedly raped repeatedly for about 3 years by 4 different men was also in the list of 19 top breakthroughs by the police in the last 1 month.
Investigation revealed that Okudili Okeke was recruited into sodomy and has had anal sex with several men in the state. This is a crime against humanity and will therefore not be tolerated.
CP Azari is promising residents of Akwa Ibom State that the police under his watch has initiated robust strategies that will ensure no criminally minded persons go unpunished. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
We have another commercial break upon us. When we return, more stories will still come your way. Please stay. Welcome back. Now to the rest of the stories. Appeals for improved funding for enhanced performance resonated across committee rooms of the National Assembly as more MDAs appear for budget defense. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali brings us a compilation of various meetings with ministers and heads of agencies.
The new permanent secretary, State House, made his first appearance before the Senate Committee on Special Duties to discuss the 2024 budget performance and the 62 billion naira projections for 2025, which he says is inadequate.
The sum of 36.9 billion roughly is for capital projects. This sum is substantially lower than what was available in the 2024 budget. Most of the other activities, actually, we noticed that there's a reduction.
And I fear that this may, inadvertently affect the operations of the State House.
So we want you to go back and prepare a brief of all the capital projects under State House that is ongoing, and then the level of completion and or performance in using the budget balance.
Similar complaints came up at the Budget Defense meeting between the Senate Committee on FEMA and the Works Ministry, where underfunding was noted as a challenge for maintenance of roads.
Yearly budgetary allocation to the agency is grossly inadequate to cater for the enormous task of maintaining our extensive network of roads, particularly the federal roads, which will require over 700 billion.
One of the cardinal objectives of this administration through the Renewed Hope agenda is about restoring the confidence of Nigerians in governance, bringing about development and prosperity. And roads are very critical to the attainment of this noble objective.
The Federal Ministry of Justice and other agencies in the legal sector took turns before the Senate Committee on Justice and made demands towards achieving efficient justice delivery.
It should be noted that the effect of our interventions in this sector have multiplier effects which will promote peace and security, economic growth and social justice. 121 billion plus. Distinguished senators are kindly requested to note that this total sum is inclusive of the allocations to National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
Minister of State Foreign Affairs in the Budget Defense engagements with House of Representatives Committee made a case for enhanced funding in 2025.
The budgetary constraints make it very difficult for officers in those missions abroad to undertake such consular visits.
At another committee budget defense session, Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy appealed for better staff welfare to further project the nation's rich heritage.
An agency has the capability of selling one single item or one piece of art to generate $1.2 million.
The minister of the newly created Ministry for Livestock Development, while at the Senate, noted areas of priority as the sector kickstarts activities in 2025.
We think that along the line we will get some special allocation because of the criticality of this ministry and the concerns of Mr. President about the transformative nature that we need to bring to bear on the livestock sector.
Advocacy is very key to avoid unnecessary misconception.
Let's talk some business. Point of sales, POS, have gained more popularity on the streets of Uyo, leading to dull business transactions at automated teller machines, ATM points, at most banks in the past few months. Business News correspondent Mary Josephine Jerome, who has been monitoring this development in Uyo, reports that residents are lamenting no cash at ATMs in most banks.
2023, Nigerian currency crisis was greeted by a shortage of cash and an attempt by the Nigerian government to introduce a new CBN policy of digital transaction to meet global standard. This policy to some Nigerians is still not acceptable.
We Nigerians, this cashless society we are venturing into, we are not used to it, and you can't go to an open market to buy stuffs and you want to make transfer, even with POS in the market, they are still charging. So there's much money at the POS than here, but the charges now is too much.
The problem is there is no cash in the bank for the masses.
However, residents in Uyo are reacting to banks' inability to dispense more than 10,000 naira across counters, even at some ATM points.
But for the bank, they will tell you they have 5,000 naira to pay you. So it's so disappointing. Nigerian government is not doing well to us.
They are dispensing anyway, but I think if you are banking with them, it's 10,000. That's the maximum per time withdrawal.
But for the point of sales operators, what is their fate in getting money for transactions, and how is the patronage?
We buy from people selling something.
We buy money from individual or we go to filling station to get money. Now CBN is charging us 15 naira goes to 10,000. Sometimes the charge is too much.
Meanwhile, an economist, Dr. Paul Orebi, is advising Nigerians to adapt to the policy as handling cash in most banks poses security threats in the country.
A lot of Nigerians, a lot of us, we find it difficult to move with the trend as easily as possible. That is where the complaint is coming from. If everybody can get compliant, can become compliant with the cashless paraphernalia, it makes it easier. When you carry so much cash, you are exposing yourself. If they know that you have cash on you, you can be, a focus for attack.
However, with the disappearing of queues at ATM points, point of sales vendors are having a field day while jobs are being created. In Uyo, Mary Josephine Jerome, NTA News.
And that's it on the English version of the news. Thanks for watching. I am Dianime Uko. The news in translation comes up shortly. Good morning.
Ano yobo ya ben mi ban se me be mo ke panga ke kong esen ken nutum uno wa mukarania fotum nevi e ke dok mitino ke pamong e boy mo mem boy kong kamu fotum me borisi e ke mem po moto unmekang u fotum unmekang eni ke state kang ne mesero boy ko mem bo sen ni ne ba sen ne in kere wisdom check up adai wuru karastere me tu moino ano yobo ya ufo tu mesem pa ba tumi ban ye nya sem pa ba membuno wu ye mem po se benang ai no mo krebo ke ben mi ban e ba se me be mo ke bang ke kong e sen ke prefet men tu mo no wam so karananga nya ke ta me ku sen na di to yo buno kong si mai ke bang nya ki swami dia na ke yo no million naira ikeke me ba meru enom me be pam
adi nanga mi ado si cumanya waiswa ado di ben tuyo mengwandam bo se bune kong idin enanga merinong tuyo bune ma ke panga kini amoy na mutu merik beme idin adai wuru karas tede mi tu moino kini akatang niko ama aku bine meser ke mengwandau tum se bune kong enanga ke dikenbo ke pemidin merinong kenbo ke memedi diana kid abano frewu Yamasunu yokut marusong ke mention sikba. Apo ya moy krebu ke moy nam sem moy kan kusong ket meken. Mbak buno wo sem bune kong ameke pangepong edi bofen kusong do makit. Akbana di nam ki tiedo kedo adi nem mefrawa ku di mbune kong owi media oke. Edi nong siong medium okoro adi sinubok kang wet ndong eset. Wisdom check.
Kambo foto me borisi ke stede me e kan me moto esi kamake ena utumu nemikang u foto me sem ko ban utumu nemikang ke state enire e ma ke yip moto mi na itang ado se ke bene ken mu byong eno mi po foto ke potakot ado bon sina utum ku foto modo eni u bokken utumaro e kombo mi to kambo
ke neme a commissioner police ke sterem baba azare akeniere yemme akombok anya nam yagari yongo ke me police e mom kporo una mutum mbon ufogotum unumikang e koto fire service amboro wo ekebenne e no ufogotum siagifia ke Port Harcourt ndien keke sekpe mbone ke na mandu beremi 1000 iki ekerie aba kusen tongo iswa 2021 mbona nam yagari yongo ke e mom mbono wo ina eke na mandu beredo nko e nyunge mom awiba eke mom adai word ke ministry ukpe ke sterem yedo gomo nko police ye nam yagadi yongo ke mbono wo eke na ma inanka no bokye ayini swa dobita ke ufang iswa ita ndiere miedo kerke atutum me polisi ina marikan boke sio mbondurio unyon kesteremi a commissioner polisi anwo aboki mo ibisuki kaka iso arina mutum manatoro aba kubio mi kuyo emedio mo akombak NTA
kanyen bandi tram bo ba asana mi ro tutun kan kai tia ba mu bro yo ri ko pa member of any kenyan tuinero